What's going on, everybody? It's Los here. We back on the throne of positivity where the first is last and the last is first. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Shout out to everybody who's been subscribing, liking, commenting, and supporting the ministry. We do our lives Bible study at Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific time. If you want to join and learn, we're currently finishing the last chapter of Hebrews. So if you want to join us and see what's the next book that we're going to get into, don't forget to subscribe. Hopefully it's not too loud out here. I'm like, we in the back. I just picked a nice little spot that will have like a great scenery. I got my tripod on the car, so it's just like whatever. So this is just run and gun. We just trying to get something nice to motivate us, to inspire us, and just have something beautiful to look at, right? So it's really nice outside. It's San Diego, man. It's so beautiful out here. You can see probably the mountain ranges over there. Mexico is on this side over there. So it's pretty awesome to live in San Diego, but it's beautiful nonetheless. It's a beautiful day. And I just want to talk about it may be sooner than you think. If you guys have watched my video from last week, you saw the issues that we came across with our car and all these other different things that just one thing after the other. And it's just like, man, what do you do when it's a situation that seems to not get better? And like, what are you left with? What do you do there? As Christians, we often think like, is this going to be the easy route because we believe, because we're children of God, that things are just going to go good just because of that basis? I would rather posit to you that it's actually the opposite. In our Bible study of Hebrew chapter 12, the definition of being a child of God is actually the suffering that we go through. So it's actually incredible to think about that these situations that we're going through is part of our identity with Christ. However, I'm not here to really talk about the suffering because there's actually a good part to this story, and that's what I want to use for your encouragement. If you want to hear why suffering is part of our inheritance and our identity as children of God, watch our Hebrews 12 Bible study that we uploaded yesterday. Today's currently Thursday, April 17th. Today, I want to talk about, again, it may be sooner than you think. And the reason why I say this is because if you watched last week's video, we had a situation with my car that's like literally right in front of me, where somebody tried to rob the car in front of me, unfortunately. And in doing so, they crashed the side of my vehicle. That was about a month ago. I was working with my insurance company, getting that situated so we could get things underway and get that fixed because it's a brand new car. Like, I barely had it for not even a year. We're going on a year almost in August. But 3 weeks after that, my car didn't work. Last week on Thursday, I went to go turn on the vehicle and the engine was literally sputtering, man. I was like, man, I hope this is not some transmission issue or is the engine failing, because you know, with these new cars, you just never know. So thank God Honda sent out roadside assistance. They picked up the vehicle, they took it to the dealership. And from what I heard with the adjuster and then the service advisor, they told me it was going to take about a week, right? This Friday that I was going to get the vehicle back. Well, obviously it's Thursday and we got the car in front of us. So I want to talk to you about that because, man, it's so incredible when you can have faith in the midst of your situation and just have a posture of gratitude. Why should I be tripping, right? Like, okay, these situations were out of my control. What it ended up being was that we live, like, there's a lot of open space, as you can see by where we're at, where I parked the vehicle. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I love seeing them, but they're a nuisance, I guess. There's rabbits everywhere. All the rabbits in San Diego seem to live over here. And what they did was they chewed the undercarriage and they chewed up all the wiring, a wiring harness for the transmission, and oh man, it was a whole thing. So total, with the crash on the side of the vehicle and the wiring that all needed to be redone, man, beloved, we almost hit $5,500 in damages on this vehicle. Thank God it's all covered by insurance, but two separate claims, two separate deductibles of $500 each. And it's like, what do you do? But the reality is, man, and I'm not even just trying to for the sake of positivity, It's just that things have been so amazing in my life that I told you guys know, you are my witnesses that I knew something was going to happen. So God has been so good to me. He's been treating me so well. It's almost like, why not? Why not just keep moving forward with that same anticipation that God is still going to be good? Because he's good whether my car is good or whether it's not. He's good whether the sun shines and it's not. Whether it's beautiful outside or it's raining, it doesn't matter. God remains God. He still sits on the throne. He's still in control of your life. He still controls the universe. So why not just have a posture of humility and gratitude, like no matter what happens in your situation? Because I don't know about you guys, I'm 32 years old. I've been through a lot of situations in my life, and I remember as a youngin' not having a car, right? And even like in my teenage years, I remember one time my first car, I got it when I was 16. I remember that I was going to nursing school and somebody stole my car, dude. Somebody stole my car, and for 3 months it was gone, and I had to take the bus to nursing school, which took me like an hour every morning to get there and get back for 3 months. And I know what it feels like to go on the bus, right? Like, you got to be on the bus. You don't got a car anymore. So I know what it feels like to be in that situation. And if God had me there, which 3 months later on the ride back home on the bus, I got a call from the police department. They found my vehicle. This was when I was like 18 years old. I'm 32 now. They had found it. The only thing they stole bad was the clothes and the colognes that I had in my car. They ended up dumping it somewhere away from where I had it. And that all they did was take that. They didn't even waste the gas in my car, man. 3 months. If you wanted my clothes that bad and my cologne, you could have asked me. I would have gave it to you. You know what I mean? But anyways, God took care of that situation. And I remember that at like 18 years old, it was such a God moment, because it was like, you telling me my car was stolen. Like, I had a sound system in there. I had the new, like, man, I remember it was a 98 Accord. I had a brand new sound system. The radio was fire, like everything, bro. I felt like I was on top of the world. And they stole it. They took it. They just took the clothes and the cologne out of it and left me with my gas and everything else intact. And I'm just like, that can only be God, right? Like, only God can do that. So if he did it back then, why wouldn't he do it now, right? I know what it feels like to be on foot. I know what it is to take Ubers everywhere or spend money and go on the bus or do whatever. Like, we know what it feels like. So if we know what it feels like and God got us through before, why wouldn't he do it now, right? There's no difference. So I'm really starting to get into this mentality of Paul and being in agreement with him, that I know what it is to be above and to be below, to be rich and to be poor, to be good and to be on the other side, to be in lightness, light and dark, right? Like, we know what it is to be in the prosperity of the abundant place, right? The broad place that David talks about. And then we know what it is to be in the storm. But what doesn't change is God. So let's not focus on the things that change, but God who doesn't change, right? So we spoke about that last week, but the reason why I really want to talk about it is going to be better, it could be sooner than you think, is because, again, they told me that I was going to get this car Friday. And I got to Uber everywhere. If I got to Uber places, if I don't know, that was just my mentality. If I got to do grocery shopping, go, which I did, right? I didn't do it before because I didn't anticipate this happening. But I ended up getting a call on yesterday, Wednesday, at like 11 o'clock. And the guy was like, yo, we got the part in early. We're going to fix everything. We're going to do the oil change for free. We're going to change the fluids. We're going to rotate the tires. We're going to fix the thing. And we're going to be done by 12 o'clock. And you know, when these things happen, you got to expect that if they tell you Friday, they're gonna probably delay. And not because they're trying to play you or they're trying to scheme or anything like that. You just never know. Maybe the part don't get there. Maybe it's gonna be more damages than you anticipated. It's always something, right? And what this really showed me is that, you know, in customer service, we say this, and I spoke about this on live, but in customer service, if you ever worked a customer service job, you know that they say that it's best practice to under promise and over deliver. Well, that's what God did. I thought that I was going to get my vehicle on Friday. I got it a whole 2 days earlier. And the way that God has been speaking to me from last Thursday to me getting my car back, it's just been so precious in how he's motivated me and helped me understand there's no need to worry about anything. And even if things come in the process that we don't anticipate, you don't got to trip on it, because you don't know what God is working on. You don't know what God is doing in the background. And how do you know if your blessing is not around the corner? And if it's to be sooner than what you anticipate, think about it like this. Jesus tells the disciples, you don't know when the master's coming. Will the master find you working? Will the Son of Man find faith on the earth when he returns? And you got to think about this in your season. It's like, if I'm going through my season and I'm trying to be patient and I'm waiting on God, which attitude do I have? Am I waiting like, man, God is taking forever, dude. This situation is never going to work out, or whatever. Like, are we going to be negative and just think like this is going to come to us, even if it's on the time that we expect? Is that the attitude you really want to have? Don't you want to be caught in a way like this wasn't even expected? You're in a good attitude. You're giving glory and grace, gratitude to God, not grace, because we don't give grace to God. He gives it to us. Don't you want to be in that good mood? I want to be in a good mood. And when he called me, I'm not going to lie, yesterday on Wednesday, I felt like everything was trying to attack me. But the reason why it was, and I was fighting to get over it, but the reason why it was is that it ended up really being that this situation happened that way because of what God was already working on. So if we can anticipate like, oh, I know this is why this is happening, you're going to be going through it, but you know you're going to get out on the other side. So man, it's precious. And I'm saying Wednesday this whole time is going by so fast. I actually got the car back on Tuesday. I don't know why I'm saying Wednesday, just a small correction, because he came back even sooner. I didn't have to rent the car. They take like $400 deposit. Who knows when you get that back, right? And the amount that you got to rent the car for. Like, he came back sooner than that. So don't you want to be found when God has the blessing and he's knocking on the door? Don't you want to be like, man, I was already cleaning up the house. I was already preparing as if, or I wasn't even preparing because I didn't even know that it was happening. Don't you want to be found in good spirits and gratitude and holiness and anticipation of what God is going to do? Because again, he's going to blow your mind, family. He's going to blow your mind. And like kind of shifting a little bit, like, yes, it's gonna happen sooner than you think, just to encourage you for the joy that you can find in any situation and in anything that you're going through. I was driving this morning, right? And I was feeling that joy in my heart after yesterday there being anticipation, like there was anxiety. It's crazy that I felt like God told me this. In life, if you really pay attention through the storehouse that is the infinite and abundant wisdom of God, the most important and the most valuable things in life are free. Think about it. All of it is free. All of it. Because we know, look, all that you see, all the beauty, all the physicality in the materialistic world, it shall pass away, but his word shall endure forever. Family, joy is free. Peace is free. Salvation is free. His grace is free. His blessing, his favor, his abundance, his love, his forgiveness, his mercy, all of this stuff is free. It's free and you can gain access to it at any given moment. Okay, maybe buying a house costs something. Maybe buying this car, it ain't free. Maybe buying food, it ain't free. All of those things are not free. But it's interesting that the things that are not free are the very things that are going to pass away. But that which is free and eternal will last forever. And we have infinite access to that which is infinite in the first place. So let us rejoice not at the possibility that God may bless you sooner than you think, but let us rejoice at the reality that God has granted us infinite access at a free of charge to his presence, to the abundance of all the goodness and the virtue of his character. And we have relationship with him, family. If that don't give you reason to rejoice, I don't know what will. So I just want to encourage you wherever you are in your season. I'm sorry for the loud plane, but I just want to encourage you. Listen, don't give up on what God has promised you. Don't give up in your situation, because maybe it's one thing after the other after the other. Yeah, it cost me $1,000 in deductible to get this, and the side of the car still ain't fixed because I got to get the other 500. But who cares, right? Like, who cares? I'm alive. I have a car. I'm not taking the bus everywhere. I'm breathing. I'm eating good. If you could see the belly, you know what I'm saying? I hope you don't see no belly. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, right? It's beautiful in sunny San Diego. So, man, let us rejoice. Let us be grateful, especially on this Resurrection Week, the Passion Week, where Sunday is the Resurrection Sunday. May we glorify God for all his goodness and just meditate on that, man, because truly there's no situation that he won't change in your life. So I hope this is encouraging for you, family. I pray that this was a blessing to you and you enjoy the beautiful scenery. And rejoice, beloved. That's what I want to tell you. Remember Philippians 4:4-6. Rejoice always. Again, I say rejoice. Why? Because there's nothing to be worried about. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything through prayer and supplication, make your desires known to God, and the peace of God shall overtake you. Why? In Christ Jesus you shall be guarded. But why? Because when we surrender our desires, our hopes, and our dreams, God is in charge. He's going to take care of it. So anyways, family, y'all know what it is. It's your boy Los here. Subscribe if you haven't. Like, comment down below. Let me know. Hey, it may be sooner than you realize, but keep being faithful. Keep hoping in the Lord, for he shall accomplish his promise. Peace.